Okay, tonight what I'd like to do is just cover what I actually pack out as far as food, and then we'll move into how I plan to cook my food, heat my water, or boil water in a sanitary way. My bag always has the 4 mountain houses in the back of it. I also carry the roast garlic, Idaho mashed potatoes, rice sides. Work great, they cook great. What I'd like to say is everything here except for the mountain houses I have cooked on the cookware. I haven't actually done the mountain houses, but in order to do them you just simply boil some water, add it to the bag. As far as taste, I'm trusting in the YouTube community that says they're okay. You could just do the rice sides and the mashed potatoes, and some people do. I really wanted to go with these, and after thinking about it, I did 2 bags a month for 2 months. So actually this bag, instead of taking me 2 months, it's probably taking me 3 months to put together. But I carry a pack of pepperonis, some Star-Kist light tuna. I am doing the one in the sunflower oil. It gives me 150 calories. And if you're just planning on packing out plain white rice, you'll use this in conjunction with the rice, mix it in. The sunflower oil will help keep that rice from sticking to the vessel that you're cooking it in. Spam single carrying. Now both or all 3 of these can be eaten per se right out of the pack. No heat necessary. In an emergency, you know, they're really nice. I really plan on adding 1 more package of each of these. A lot of people say what I'm carrying is too much. Some people say what I'm carrying is not enough, but this is what I think is going to get me by. One thing that I have to keep in mind is I have a little bit of problem with low blood sugar, but it's controllable if I can eat pretty much a decent meal 3 times a day. It's pretty much under control. Water bottles, I'll always carry my 2 24-ounce stainless steel water bottles. I carry a little bit of water flavoring in case I get bored with the water. It's supposed to have vitamins in it, whether it does or not, whether it will help, I don't know. I didn't do it for the vitamins, just if I wanted to change up from just plain water. Oatmeal, I eat 2 bags per meal per morning per se, so each of these is 1 day. A pack of Pop-Tarts can be eaten cold. I have no plans on warming them up. What I call my spice bag: salt, pepper, a little bit of sugar, chicken bouillon, beef bouillon. This item here is called Cajun Sparkles. It comes from Popeye's fried chicken. Really good stuff. Normally they don't leave it out there for you to see. You have to ask for it. Get you some. You need to get you some of this. It's good stuff. Not overly hot. Nice Cajun spicy flavor. Be good if you're going to catch you some fish, or if you want to add some flavor to your white rice. Whatever. It's some good stuff. I highly recommend it. A little luxury item is spiced apple cider. I do carry 3 packs. That would give me 1 pack per night for 3 nights, which is 72 hours. Space it out. It does have a little bit of sugar in it. Carry some Jolly Ranchers. Now, excluding this, of course, the water bottles. Everything you see here fits in this little nylon zippered bag. Everything except for the mountain houses, which live in the very bottom of my backpack. So we're going to kind of get this out of the way. I'll move the, say, cooking equipment into view, and I'll show you what I carry in order to cook my food. We're going to start with this item because I think it's one of the most important items that you can have in your bag. It's a GSI style cup, stainless steel, because you can put water in it and you can put it above any heat source and boil water. You put it on the coals, can't say it tonight, You can put it above an alcohol stove, a gasifier, you can put it above anything, and it's going to boil your water. You can purify your water with it, whatever you want to do, but I really think it's a necessary item. As far as plates, I really wanted per se a skillet or a plate, and I started to go with the Boy Scout style or GI style mess kit that had the little handle that fit over it and pretty much looked like this. But after thinking about it, I was in Dollar Tree one day and I saw they had pie pans, and of course they nest right together, and I got thinking, well, if that's in your pack, everything can conform when you're really packing things out, whereas if you just have this and everything's kind of, a few items are packed inside, you've got a large body. Not necessarily heavy, but a large, it takes up a lot of space. So I've decided to go with those two plates, so when I'm trying to boil water in it, in order to mix up my mashed potatoes or my rice or what have you, I can cover it to shorten my boil time. I think it's pretty good. Go with that. I do carry some olive oil in a spray bottle, so I can spray down my pan that I'm going to cook in to help alleviate any sticking. It can also be used as a fire starter, and there is some duct tape wrapped around it rather crudely. Next we'll go into the gasifier. Simply got my instructions from a gentleman, I believe his name is Hiram Cook. If I'm saying it right, I know that's his name if I'm saying it right. He does a lot of great videos on gasifiers and alcohol stoves. Watch his site. He knows what he's doing. Built this one from his per se recommendations. It's simply a paint can you can get from Lowe's or Home Depot that's new. A Progresso soup can. I added this gutter wire or gutter screen, which is wire, to the top. I did find my cup wanted to fall into it, so I just made me a small metal peg, and it heats just fine. My plates will set on it just fine if I'm using this. This is not my primary cook stove. It's kind of like a backup or secondary. Now when I pack everything out, the screen goes inside, the rod goes inside. I do pack out 2 alcohol stoves. Kind of overkill, but they weigh nothing. They cost nothing. But I'm also using the Sterno Stove in conjunction with them. In both of my alcohol stoves, I have preheat trays. So you fill this up, put a few drops of alcohol there, and it'll help them ignite. So they both go in there. Now there's a lot of people that are modifying these Sterno stoves, and most of them are cutting these 2 arms out here. Decided to leave mine in place in case I ever wanted to use Sterno. I did drill 2 holes here, and my burners are simply, one of them is an olive jar lid attached to a piece of sheet metal. Sits in there for pre-warming, and I can just slide it in there, light it. It works fine. Of course, I can put it on either side, middle, or anywhere in between. Drilled 2 sets of holes on each side to adjust my height, because you'll notice the alcohol stoves are not the same height, which I could have made them the same height, but there was a reasoning behind that. This one will hold 2 ounces, this one holds 3 ounces. By dropping these rods down and removing the ones that came per se from the factory, I can achieve my sweet spot of 1 inch to get the most efficient burn or heat from the flame. Like I say, these can be raised or lowered depending upon which one of these I use. If I'm trying to cook something denser, say fresh squirrel, or if you were to happen to actually kill a deer and butcher it, you can increase your heat to where it would actually cook a dense meat. Plate still fit on the top with the 2 removed rods without any problem. One thing I have found is if you'll take this and measure out your water into your pan, refill it, and set this in there with the water already in this pan, this one full. Light it, it will heat this water, to where you can have your coffee or your spiced beverage, your apple cider. Take it out, cap it, it'll come to a boil. You'll still be able to roast or cook your roast garlic potatoes. So you're doubling the efficiency of one burner by heating 2 items at one time. One thing I did find is on the can that you have to buy at Home Depot or Lowe's, is the lid for the quart can fits my GSI style cup absolutely perfect. Simply poked a hole in it, used a screw, double nutted it so it's good and tight, and slid a piece of fuel line over it, and that keeps it from getting hot. When I get ready to break things down, my pot stand simply collapses and goes inside. My 2 alcohol stoves go inside. My rod fits in it. I snap this on and put a great big rubber band around it and clip it with a carabiner to the bottom of my pack, so everything dirty stays outside my pack. It doesn't rattle, it doesn't clank. Of course, this, I'm not going to fold it up for you, but my rods, if need be, if you were doing, say, a raw meat and you wanted to actually barbecue it, instead of putting it into a pan, you can raise your rods up to the top level. Of course, anything sets on top of a level surface. If you were to run out of fuel, you can always simply put wood in here. The best thing I like about it is the body of it becomes a windscreen for your alcohol stoves. So you're not carrying around another piece of tin foil, because they set low enough still that the burners are blocked from any kind of crosswind. It's working good for me. You really can't tell that I've really used it. There is some scoring back here, and a little bit on the corners, but it's just not discolored. The rods, if you were to look close, you can tell they're burnt. I've used them. I've cooked dinner back here, right here on this table. Like I said, I've cooked the potatoes. I've cooked different rice dishes. I've cooked that same rice dish, but just not that one. But it works good. It gives me options. If one of these were to get damaged, I still have another one. Of course, these didn't cost anything. The price on all this, of course, pans were $2, $4.95. Can was $3.95. Everything else, for the most part, was free. I think it was a grape jelly lid. It was definitely an olive jar lid. A piece of metal I found, and the rods I made, the bottom 2 are the cores of welding rods, and these were simply the, per se, shelving out of a freezer, and just cut them down to fit, so they really didn't cost me anything. And I believe the stove itself is $5.95 at Walmart. So for less than 20 bucks, I've got 2 pieces of cooking equipment, my stoves, my preheaters, my cup with lid, and 2 plates. I do pack out 24 ounces, which is 2 bottles of heat, in a Gatorade bottle with the twist open lid, and it has been working absolutely super for me. Super, super, super. It doesn't leak. I mean, I don't care what you do to it, it doesn't come out. It's easy to apply into your burners, and I'm calling it free because I consumed the beverage out of it and normally would have just discarded it. But I'm not saying that the food is right for everybody. I know I'm heavy on food, but it's a comfort item for me to know I'm going to be able to eat if I can't catch fish. I hope to, even though I'm packing out 24 times 2, 48 ounces of liquid, hope you can see that you're going to have to reconstitute your food and rehydrate yourself. And that's why you're going to need a productive water filtration system. So research your needs and go with what's in the best interest of yourself. I'm not saying this is the best by any means. There's better stoves. The propane things are really cool, but they're just way outside my price range. And so far what I've got, I mean, I've cooked on it several times. I've ate it. I've been happy. I've not gotten sick. It brings things to a boil. And, you know, there's no ridiculous weight factors, and especially no ridiculous price points. So, kick it around. Not saying it's right for everybody, but I do thank y'all for watching. Hope maybe you can turn something I said into something that will work for you. And y'all have a good night. Thank you.